Hey guys, it's Caitlin here and welcome back to another video. So, I have no idea when this video is coming out yet because as you guys know, as you are watching this, I am away in the Cook Islands. However, it may have been a couple of weeks since I've done this voiceover, so I still have no idea when this video is going up. I have been pre-recording videos for the past couple of weeks. I decided I would do a speed edit for you guys because I have enjoyed watching speed edits. I've been watching Hatsies, Sistles, Spring Sims, Pixie's Adventures. They all do really cool edits, so I wanted to try my hand at it. I don't really know if I've done a good job. I feel like it's okay for a beginner speed editing, but I think there are some things that I wish I did differently or I knew how to do better, if that makes sense, like possibly making the background blend in better, because the background is very realistic, I suppose, because it was just a real image I found off of Google of like storm clouds and such, and you guys can't see the background yet, but I mean you would have seen the thumbnail so you would understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I took inspiration for this speed edit or this thumbnail from 3 different posters, and I mentioned this in my creator pet because this thumbnail sort of coincides with a creator pet video of me creating Thor in creator pet. So I just wanted to do a speed edit for him. I think the main reason why I wanted to do a speed edit for him is because if you guys haven't watched my creator pet for Thor, I mentioned that he is my favorite superhero of all time. In the Marvel universe, he beats all of the DC superheroes as well. Although, of course, I do have probably actually, I don't really have a favorite in the DC universe. They're sort of just all like along the same path. I do have one that's like my least favorite though, like Batman. Sorry if you guys love Batman, but Batman's kind of one of my kind of guys. He's not like a wow, amazing type of dude. He's just kind of off to the side, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, inspiration for this came from a couple of different posters, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out as well. Yeah, what else can I say? Oh, it was also actually a little bit of the inspiration was taken from a part of the movie of Thor Ragnarok. Now, if you guys have not seen Thor Ragnarok, you should go and see it. It's amazing. It is the best movie ever. It is my favorite movie at the moment, and it'll probably, like, once the next Marvel movie comes out, it'll probably change because I love Marvel so much. So yeah, anyway, it was taken from a screenshot from one of the little sections towards the end of the movie, and I'm not going to spoil that for any of you guys because if you haven't seen it then you don't really know what happens. But basically Thor, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna speak about it. It'll ruin it for you who haven't seen it. If you guys are like a little bit iffy about seeing it because Thor 1 and 2 weren't that great, don't trust Thor 1 and 2. Just pretend you never saw them because Thor Ragnarok is awesome. I will agree that number 1 and 2 though, not so much at all. And I think it's mainly due to the fact that they had a different director. That apparently, because I've been like really sort of obsessed with it at the moment. I mean, I've always loved Marvel, but I've been obsessed with just like I've been watching it a lot on YouTube, which I feel a little bit guilty about because I'm supposed to be like catching up on people's Sims videos and things like that, but I've just been so glued to all of these Marvel videos, like interviews and everything like that from the crew and the director and stuff. I just find it kind of entertaining. They talk about what it was like to film on the set and stuff like that, and how there was like lots of improvisation, and it was fun, and it didn't feel like they were filming a movie. In other words, it was more laid back, I suppose, than what they're used to, maybe. And yeah, I don't know, I think that's probably one of the reasons why it was so successful. Like, you know how a lot of people talk about if you love your job then you'll enjoy it and things like that. I'm sure actors often like their jobs, but then I'm sure at times it can be frustrating for them when they have to play the same characters. I've watched a few interviews from a few different actors before, how they talk about like when they're in the same characters position for a while, or shoes for a while, or whatever, it gets kind of boring and frustrating just playing the same person over and over and over again. Like creatively frustrating for them, because I suppose it would be like when people are building in The Sims and they come to builder's block and they just really want to create something but they can't figure out anything to build. Like how people get frustrated when there's not enough things in the Sims game, they just get bored and stuff. I suppose that's the same sort of thing with actors. They get bored of just doing the same thing over again and they want to shake it up a little bit, and I feel like that's what they did with this Thor movie, Ragnarok. So again, don't let number 1 and 2 put you off, because I will agree, as somebody who says that their favourite superhero is Thor, I will agree that Thor 1 and 2 are not the best. I mean, it's even like proven, or not proven, but it's like a fact or whatever, that Thor has been the worst received Marvel series of the Marvel universe. Does that make sense? Of the franchise, Marvel franchise, sorry, can't speak. This is actually like what, my 4th voiceover in a row. I've just finished doing the Thor creator pet for this video voiceover, and I did a Captain America voiceover, and I did a build voiceover. I've done so many today because it's my day off, and I have so many videos to get through. At least I've got half of them voiced over, and I've only got the rest of the half to voice over still. So I'm a bit, by this point, I'm a bit you know, running out of things to say, and I'm slurring my speech a little, but that's okay, you know. I just want to at least make sure you guys are getting some videos while I'm gone. I'd hate to leave you guys with nothing, to be completely honest. Just because, I don't know. I just want you guys to still be entertained while I'm gone. Even if like if you think I'm entertaining, I don't even know if you guys think I do. But yeah, so I'm just mumbling on about anything now. I don't even know if you guys can hear me either, because I'm talking really softly. Mainly because I think we actually have somebody over at the moment, and I don't know if anybody else is like me who does YouTube and who records voiceovers and things like that, but sometimes I feel shy like doing a voiceover if I think there's a possibility that people outside my room can hear me, which might be the case right now, but I don't really know. So I tend to speak sort of softer and not so like, hey guys, like, you know, hyped up and stuff like that. I was actually talking about this on Twitter with Prismatic Simmer, I think. I'm pretty sure it was on her post or her tweet or whatever, but I was talking about it, how when me personally, I do voiceovers, I do get really shy if I think there are people around who can potentially hear me. I don't know if anybody can right now. Most of the time when I'm doing voiceovers, I pop headphones in my ears just so that I'm like listening to music and it's like I can't hear any of the noise outside my room, so that it doesn't put me off, if that makes sense. But sometimes, like, if you guys have ever watched my videos and it seems like I'm really like hyped up or happy, most of the time it's because I have done those voiceovers at a time where I'm like the only one home or something like that, and I just feel a lot more comfortable that way when there's nobody else around doing the voiceovers, and I feel like I can sort of be more like myself, if that makes sense, and just be, because naturally I am like a loud, really super talkative person. I just talk and talk and talk and talk, and to the point where sometimes some people get sick of it, so I'm surprised you guys don't. But yeah, it's just sometimes, like, if there is ever a difference, it's like I sometimes worry that I might come across as if I'm bored doing a voiceover, but most of the time it's just because, like, if I'm speaking softer or not as much, it's just because I'm shy, really, just shy of people on the outside of my room. So yeah, hopefully when I am in Cook Islands, because I do plan to, even though I can't upload due to internet situations over there, or over here, because technically as you guys are watching this I'll already be here, but I do plan on getting some videos done for you guys while I'm here in Cook Islands, or while I'm away in Cook Islands, so that when I come back I can upload them and you guys won't really have to wait that long. I'm hoping to get quite a few done actually. I am also working over there though 5 days a week, so it's probably going to be the same deal here where I'll probably only get like 2 videos a week, but the difference with that is that I won't be uploading them. So, and I won't be uploading until I get back, so you might actually have like double uploads possibly when I get back, or who knows, we'll see what happens, because I do plan on doing vlogs as well, so not everything's going to be Sims, but yeah, we'll see what happens when I come back. So this video is kind of long because it took me forever to do, due to the fact that I've never done a speed edit before. So I did just have to pause my voiceover for a moment, just because I think there were people like walking around in the hallway or something like that, just making some noise, so I didn't really want my mic to pick that up, so I just had to pause it, which means I completely forgot what I was talking about. So we're just going to go on talk about something else. But yeah, anyway, so there's this really cool, like I mentioned, this is sort of based on one of the scenes from Thor Ragnarok, and if you've seen it you'll know exactly what scene I'm talking about, but if you haven't, basically the scene, I don't think this is ruining anything, or do you think it will ruin something? I don't know. Basically there's Thor and he's got like a bunch of thunderbolts behind him and it just looks really, really awesome, so that's kind of what I wanted to do there. Even though he's a dog, like, it's totally okay. There is one thing that bugs me about, although I did already mention this I think, but like that there are a couple of things that bug me about this edit that I did, and it's one of them is the fact that I could not get the eyes the same. I wanted to make them look like they were glowing with lightning, you know, just the light from the lightning inside his eyes. I wanted to make it look like they were glowing, but unfortunately I could not get them to match. I don't know why, I could not figure it out. Again, this is like one of my first speed edits I've done. I've done a couple, but the others that I did were a lot more basic, I think. This one, just trying to figure out how to create shadow, where to put the shadow. That's one thing I'm bad at. Even though I've like previously done like a lot of art and things like that, I'm just really bad at figuring out where to put shadows and such. So I don't know. Actually, I think this video is actually probably going to go up before the create a pet of Thor. I was going to post it after, but I feel like it should go up before. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have to think about that. I'm not too sure anyway. But so, yeah. As you can see, I'm like just erasing a bunch of crap because, again, like I said, I'm just not like, this was a lot more advanced for me, I think. And you know, there is one thing that I do really like about this though, is I tried to make it look like his helmet was 3D, and I will say I am quite proud with how it looks. I know it's not perfect, but I think it looks relatively realistic, that the helmet is actually kind of sitting on his head as opposed to being painted on his fur, if that makes any sense. But yeah, you guys can probably notice that the eyes not matching. Like right now I'm just staring at it and it's like bugging me, but that's okay. Practice and we'll get better eventually. And that goes for all of you guys. If you guys ever doubt yourself in anything, whether it be building, create a pet, or just anything outside of The Sims, just remember that practice makes perfect. And I've actually seen quite a lot of people getting better due to the amount of practice they're doing and the amount of times they're doing it. They're just getting a lot better, and it's really enjoyable watching people's progress. It's enjoyable, because yeah, I don't know, I just feel happy for people who are making progress, and yeah, I don't know, it's an awesome community. But anyway, I think we are coming up to, no we're not, I thought we were coming up to the screenshots, but I got a little carried away there. We still have quite a couple minutes to go. Hopefully this video isn't like too long for some of you guys. I feel like for a speed edit it's a bit too long, but this took me like 2.5 hours to do, and this is sped up like by 8 hours I think. So, you know, bit slow. I'm a bit slow. It was just, again, I mentioned it in my previous video, it was just trying to figure out how to use GIMP and everything, because GIMP is not the same as Photoshop. It does a lot of the same things, but the layout is a lot more difficult. It's basically like, say for example, you get used to always using Windows and navigating a Windows computer, and the moment you switch over to an iMac, it's just really difficult to figure out where things are. I remember when I was in high school and I had to use iMacs, I just could never figure anything out. Although I'm kind of glad that I had that experience in high school using iMacs, because it gave me experience in Photoshop, which also sort of in a way helped me figure out how to use GIMP. And it's cool, sometimes I use like a free trial of Photoshop just to try it out and things like that, and I really want to purchase it. It is a bit pricey though. I think it's like 30 bucks a month or something. I don't know, I can't exactly remember, but it doesn't really work that well on my computer anyway, so I don't really think there's any point in me purchasing it or investing in it until I've got a better computer, and I'm not sure when that'll be, because I am quite stingy when it comes to money. If I have something that works, I tend to stick with it until it just does not work anymore. That's my motto. Just stick to things. If they're not broke, then yeah, they're fine. At least that's what I think anyway. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video off now, because we are coming up to the screenshots. So I hope you liked Thor here. He looks a bit like Scooby-Doo, actually, in a armor suit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all when I get back from my holiday. Bye guys!